Speed demons and torque junkies, gather round. Today we're not talking about your average motorcycle. We're talking about 18 machines so powerful, so outrageously fast they make the laws of physics look like polite suggestions. These are the ultimate motorcycle powerhouses, the beasts that leave tire marks on the face of history, and have even the bravest riders white-knuckling the handlebars. From mind-melting horsepower to mythic engineering, these bikes aren't just fast, they're forbidden fruit for anyone who believes too much is just the right amount. Before we unleash this parade of power, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more high-voltage motorcycle madness, and drop your favorite holy grail bike in the comments below. Which of these monsters would you dare to ride? Let's throttle up. Number 1. The Kawasaki Ninja H2R, the supercharged overlord. When you think most powerful production motorcycle, one name always blazes past the rest: Kawasaki Ninja H2R. The H2R isn't just fast, it's a super bike from another dimension, built to make every other bike on the grid feel like it's riding in reverse. 326 horsepower from a 998cc supercharged inline 4. Top speed 249 miles per hour, that's 400 kilometers per hour. Carbon fiber winglets for high-speed downforce. Track-only status, banned from public roads. Kawasaki didn't just break the rules when they made the H2R, they ripped up the entire rulebook, threw it in a supercharger, and burned rubber on the ashes. Built solely for closed courses, the H2R is so extreme even professional riders approach it with sweaty palms and a prayer to the traction gods. And with a supercharger that sounds like a jet spooling up, it's no wonder the H2R holds legendary status among speed fanatics. Pop quiz: in 2016, Turkish rider Kenan Sofuoglu set a world record on the H2R by hitting 400 kilometers per hour on a bridge in less than 30 seconds. And then Kawasaki looked at the paperwork for making it road legal and said, yeah, no, not today, physics. Number 2. The Dodge Tomahawk, 4 wheels of why not? If you thought we were going to stick to 2 wheels for this list, think again. Because sometimes engineers get bored and say, what if we made a motorcycle with a V10 Viper engine and 4 wheels? Enter the Dodge Tomahawk, the motorcycle that made every insurance company spontaneously combust. 500 horsepower from an 8.3-liter Dodge Viper V10 engine. Alleged top speed 350 miles per hour, that's 560 kilometers per hour. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds, if you dare. Only 9 ever built, all for collectors. The Tomahawk isn't just a bike, it's an existential crisis on wheels. Released as a concept in 2003, it defies every motorcycle convention. 4 wheels arranged in pairs, a frame so massive it could double as a sculpture, and an engine that was literally stolen from America's most notorious muscle car. Dodge never made it road legal because, well, you know, sanity. But that didn't stop millionaires from buying up the handful built for display. Quote from the peanut gallery: "Is it a car? Is it a bike? Is it a midlife crisis that can hit 350 miles per hour? Yes, yes, and absolutely yes." Number 3. MTT 420 RR, the jet-powered juggernaut. What do you get when you cross a motorcycle with a Rolls-Royce helicopter engine? The MTT 420 RR, the only bike that needs aviation fuel and comes with a warning: objects in the mirror are losing. 420 horsepower from a Rolls-Royce Allison turbine. Torque 500 pound-feet, enough to tow a small house. Top speed 273 miles per hour, 440 kilometers per hour. Runs on jet fuel and costs as much as a Ferrari. The 420 RR isn't just another overpowered bike, it's a turbine-powered fever dream with a license plate. Marine Turbine Technologies first shocked the world with the MTT Y2K, but the 420 RR turns the crazy up to 11. It's essentially a jet engine between your legs with a digital dash that lets you monitor turbine RPMs. What could possibly go wrong? Jay Leno, host of Jay Leno's Garage and proud owner of a Y2K, famously said, "You don't really ride it. You hang on for dear life and hope you don't get sucked into the past." Number 4. The BMW M1000RR, the German perfectionist. BMW isn't just about luxury sedans and Autobahn-crushing SUVs. When they decide to enter the superbike arena, they bring German precision, obsessive engineering, and a little bit of mad scientist energy. Case in point, the BMW M1000RR. 212 horsepower from a 999cc inline-4. Top speed 192 miles or 309 kilometers per hour. Carbon fiber wheels, titanium exhaust, aerodynamic winglets. First BMW bike to earn the M badge. The M1000RR isn't just about raw numbers, it's about the relentless pursuit of lap-time perfection. It features adjustable everything, race-derived electronics, and a chassis that responds to telepathy. For 2024, BMW tweaked the M1000RR with an even more downforce and less weight, because apparently good enough isn't in their vocabulary. Fun fact, if you ever wanted to feel like a world superbike rider while stuck in city traffic, this is the machine for you. Just be prepared for every car enthusiast to ask if your blinker actually works. Number 5. The Suzuki Hayabusa, the Hyperbike legend. You can't talk about most powerful motorcycles without bowing down to the Suzuki Hayabusa, the bike that started the Hyperbike arms race and gave every speed junkie a new yardstick. 197 horsepower from a 1,340cc inline-4, top speed 186 miles or 299 kilometers per hour. Aerodynamic styling, nicknamed the Peregrine Falcon, infamous for sparking the gentleman's agreement among bike makers. When the Hayabusa debuted in 1999, it didn't just break records, it broke the competition's spirits. It was so fast that Suzuki and its competitors agreed to electronically limit bikes to 186 miles per hour. Why? Because European governments started getting twitchy about land missiles flying down public highways. The Hayabusa became the icon for illegal street races, YouTube speedruns, and Fast and Furious dreams everywhere. If you wanted to outrun a helicopter, this was your ride. Number 6. Aprilia RS V4 Factory 1100, the Italian Stallion. Italian motorcycles aren't just fast, they're sexy. The Aprilia RS V4 Factory 1100 blends race-winning tech, gorgeous looks, and pure attitude, making it the two-wheeled equivalent of a supermodel holding a chainsaw. 217 horsepower from a 1077cc V4. Top speed 199 miles or 320 kilometers per hour. Full suite of electronic rider aids and adjustable aero. Multiple World Superbike Championships under its belt. Aprilia's RS V4 Factory is the bike that made V4s cool again, racking up trophies and turning every corner into a highlight reel. With a soundtrack that makes grown men cry and enough tech to make NASA blush, it's as at home on the racetrack as it is making your neighbors call the noise complaint hotline. Here's a quote from a rider: "If it had wings, it'd fly. If it had a leash, it'd bite your hand off." Number 7. The Ducati Panigale V4 R, the Red Rocket. Ducati has never believed in subtlety, and the Panigale V4 R is proof of that. This is the bike that made World Superbike rules cry uncle, packed with MotoGP tech and enough Italian drama to require subtitles. 237 horsepower with race kit 221 stock. 998cc Desmos Adichie Stradale RV4 engine. Aerodynamic winglets, adjustable chassis, dry clutch. WSBK homologation special, built for the podium. The V4R is Ducati's answer to the eternal question: what if we made a MotoGP bike, but like for the street? Even the base version is terrifyingly fast, but slap on the race exhaust and it roars all the way to 16,500 RPM. It's not just about power either, it's about balance, handling, and looking like an absolute legend at every coffee shop stop. Chaz Davies and Alvaro Bautista have both wrestled this beast to WSBK podiums. You'll be wrestling to hold your driver's license. Number 8. Lightning LS218, the electric thunderbolt. Who says electric bikes are boring? The Lightning LS218 obliterates that stereotype and everything else in its path, with instant torque and a mission to turn gasoline dinosaurs extinct. 218 horsepower from an electric motor. Top speed 218 miles or 351 kilometers per hour. 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds. World's fastest production electric motorcycle. The LS218 isn't just the fastest electric bike, it's one of the fastest bikes, period. It made headlines by dominating the Pikes Peak Hill climb, embarrassing gas-powered rivals in their own backyard. And since there's no gearbox, no lag, and no mercy, you get face-melting acceleration every time you twist the throttle. Green is mean. The only thing eco-friendly about this bike is how quickly it'll make you forget the sound of an engine. But hey, your carbon footprint never felt so exhilarating. Number 9. MV Agusta BRUTALE 1000 RR, the Street Fighter's Revenge. If you want naked bike with super bike power, Italian styling, and a name that literally means brutal, look no further than the M4 Agusta BRUTALE 1000 RR. 208 horsepower from a 998cc inline 4, top speed 186 miles, 299 kilometers per hour. Exposed carbon, radical design, titanium exhaust, billed as the most powerful naked bike on Earth. The BRUTALE 1000 RR doesn't just strip away the fairings, it strips away your self-control. With a soundtrack that could start a mosh pit and more power than some full-on superbikes, it turns every ride into a gladiator match. And with Italian design this sharp, you might as well wear a tuxedo under your leathers. It's, quote, street legal, just don't expect to keep your driver's license, your hearing, or your dignity if you twist the throttle too hard. Number 10. Honda CBR 1000 RR Fireblade SP, the samurai sword. Honda spent years being called the sensible superbike maker. Then in 2020, they released the CBR 1000 RR Fireblade SP, the bike that made everyone forget about boring. 214 horsepower from a 999cc inline 4, MotoGP-inspired chassis and electronics, aerodynamic winglets, titanium rods, and Akrapovic exhaust. Designed to dominate superbike racing, the new Fireblade isn't just a name, it's a mission statement. Honda went all out, cribbing everything from their MotoGP RC 213V and stuffing it into a street legal package. Suddenly, Honda's sensible reputation was left in a cloud of tire smoke. Here's a quote from the pits. "It's not a bike, it's a weapon. If you blink, you're already in the next country." Number 11. Suzuki GSX R1000R, the Gixxer Godfather. The GSX R1000R is Suzuki's answer to the question, what if you took all your racing trophies, melted them down, and poured them into an engine block? 212 horsepower from a 999cc inline 4. 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. Quick shifter, launch control, and variable valve timing. The spiritual successor to the original GSX-R legend. The Gixxer's racing heritage runs deep. Every corner, every gear shift, every wild wheelie is a nod to decades of winning. It's also the bike you'll see at every track day, every illegal drag race, and every YouTube accidental wheelie compilation. The GSX-R family has more race wins than your favorite sports team. If you're looking for a bike with a chip on its shoulder and a point to prove, this is it. Number 12. Kawasaki Ninja ZX-14R, the muscle bike. Kawasaki never likes to lose a horsepower fight. The Ninja ZX-14R is their answer to how much is too much. Well, they still haven't found out. 208 horsepower from a 1,441cc inline 4. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds. Quarter mile under 9.5 seconds. Top speed 186 miles per hour. Electronically limited. The ZX-14R is the drag strip destroyer, the bike that can carry you, a passenger, and your sense of self-preservation into hyperspace. It's so fast, Suzuki and Kawasaki had to agree to limit their own bike's top speed. If you need to be somewhere yesterday, this is your ride. Here's a fun fact. The ZX-14R is so smooth and stable at high speed, it's been called the limousine of hyperbikes, assuming your limousine can beat a Porsche off the line. Number 13. KTM 1290 Super Duke R, the Austrian anarchist. KTM's ready-to-race motto isn't just a slogan, it's a threat. The 1290 Superbike R is a street fighter that laughs in the face of civility and says, "How about 180 horsepower with no fairings?" 180 horsepower from a 1,301cc V-twin, 106 pound-feet of torque for instant wheelies. Lean-sensitive electronics and launch control, nicknamed the Beast for a reason. This is the kind of bike that makes your heart race before you even thumb the starter. It's wild, unpredictable, and above all, unapologetic. KTM basically built a bike to see how many front tires you could wear out per week. If you want a relaxing ride, try yoga. If you want adrenaline on tap, try the Super Duke R. Number 14. BMW S1000RR, the Apex Predator. BMW changed the superbike world forever with the S1000RR. What started as a world superbike homologation special quickly became the gold standard for tech, power, and aggressive German styling. 205 horsepower from a 999cc inline 4, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.7 seconds, active suspension, ride modes, and up-down quick shifter. Shark fin fairing, asymmetrical headlights, instant icon. The S1000RR looks like it was designed by someone who lost a bet with a wind tunnel. But make no mistake, it's a ruthless predator, with more computing power than some laptops and an engine that sings to 14,600 RPM. It's the darling of track days and superbike shootouts everywhere. It's the bike you'll see in countless YouTube versus videos, and the one your local rider group secretly hates because it's always first to the top of the leaderboard. Number 15. Yamaha YZF-R1M, the MotoGP DNA. The Yamaha YZF-R1M is as close as most mortals will ever get to a real MotoGP bike. Yamaha took the lessons from Rossi and Lorenzo and made a street-legal monster that corners like it's on rails. 200 horsepower from a 998cc crossplane inline 4, carbon fiber fairings, Öhlins electronic suspension, inertial measurement unit for ultra-precise handling. Ride-by-wire, slide control, wheelie control, the works. Every inch of the R1M screams MotoGP. The crossplane crank gives it that trademark Yamaha wail, and the electronics let you ride like a pro, or at least pretend you can. If you ever wanted to imagine yourself in the blue leathers of Valentino Rossi, this is your golden ticket. The R1M isn't just a bike, it's a tech demo on wheels. But don't worry, it's still fast enough to scare you silly. Number 16. Bimota Tesi H2, the hub steering supercharger. Bimota is where Italian design collides with mad science. Take a Kawasaki H2 supercharged engine, stuff it in a futuristic chassis with hub center steering, and you get the Bimota Tesi H2, a bike so wild it looks like it escaped from a cyberpunk anime. 228 horsepower from a supercharged inline 4, hub center steering for insane cornering, bespoke frame, carbon fiber, everything, limited production collector's dream. The Tesi H2 is more than just a red-badged Kawasaki, it's an engineering showcase, a conversation starter, and a ticket to every exotic bike meetup on the planet. You don't just ride it, you arrive on it. Here's a fun fact, the hub steering design means you can brake mid-corner without your handlebars going wild. You'll still scream, but at least your hands are steady. Number 17. Arch Method 143, the billionaire's brawler. What do you get when you cross Keanu Reeves' aerospace-grade aluminum and a blank check? The Arch Method 143, a limited-run street fighter that looks like a work of industrial art and rides like a high-tech missile. 2,343cc S&S V-twin engine with over 170 horsepower. Billet aluminum and carbon fiber monocoque chassis. Carbon fiber single-sided swing arm and BST wheels. Limited to just 23 units. Yeah, it's ultra exclusive. The Method 143 isn't just a motorcycle, it's an obsession. Arch Motorcycle, co-founded by the John Wick himself, Keanu Reeves hand builds every unit like it's a piece of custom jewelry. With raw power and design cues from fighter jets, it's the ultimate flex for those who demand both speed and showmanship. And did we mention it costs more than a new Porsche? Imagine rolling up to a Hollywood gala on this. Paparazzi won't know whether to snap the bike or the rider. Number 18. Confederate FA-13 Combat Bomber, the Dark Avenger. Sometimes the world of power bikes takes a turn for the dark and mysterious. Enter the Confederate FA-13 Combat Bomber, the most menacing street-legal bike ever built, straight out of a dystopian graphic novel. 2,163cc V-twin engine, putting out 150 plus horsepower. All billet aluminum chassis, looks like a stealth bomber on wheels. Only 13 produced, each one a collector's weapon. Designed for brute force and attention-grabbing presence. Confederate, now known as Curtiss Motorcycles, is famous for their no-compromise approach. The FA-13 is their magnum opus, a stripped-back industrial marvel with the muscle to match its menacing looks. It's the kind of bike that makes every Harley and Ducati in the parking lot look like it's hiding behind its mom. If Batman ever needed a bike to outmuscle the Batmobile, this would be it. And there you have it, absolute proof that motorcycle engineers are part genius, part lunatic, and 100% devoted to shattering speed limits, expectations, and probably a few eardrums along the way. From jet turbines to superchargers, these bikes don't just push boundaries, they erase them. So, which one of these two-wheeled titans would you dare to unleash on an open road, or maybe just admire from a safe distance? Drop your pick in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss the next wild ride. Until next time, keep it rubber side down, throttle wide open, and remember, when in doubt, full send.